Sarah Schultz and her late husband Greg shared a 25-year love story before Greg was diagnosed with liver cancer in 2016 and dying just before the pandemic in 2020.
And we were really shocked and terrified because he was a healthy guy.
For years, Greg was living with an undetected and untreated hepatitis C infection. Ultimately, Sarah says he was given 6 months to live, which he exceeded, and she took on the role of caregiver.
I didn't want him to worry about anything but his golf game and keeping hope alive. So I took it all on.
Over time, Sarah became overwhelmed managing Greg's life and staying sane herself. So she turned to Cancer Care Point in San Jose, where behind this red door, cancer takes a back seat, and the patient and their loved ones control the wheel.
They were there for me. I found my tribe. They supported me. I realized I was not alone. They gave me practical advice to help navigate this really difficult journey.
The California Cancer Registry says an estimated 1 out of every 2 Californians born today will develop cancer at some point in their life. And this year alone, the registry says more than 176,000 people will be diagnosed with some form of cancer in the state.
Respect your feelings, to understand that everything you're experiencing after your cancer diagnosis is completely valid, and we're here to support you.
Morgan Bruce is the COO of Cancer Care Point, a nonprofit providing free non-medical support services to cancer patients, survivors, and their families, like professional counseling and group therapy sessions Sarah Schultz and so many others have found comfort in over the years, wig fittings for those going through chemotherapy, nutrition education, financial assistance, and health and wellness classes.
What our team does is help people identify what can be healing for them and what will help them get on this path to deal with the treatment that they have to go through and then deal with what comes next.
This is where you figure out what you look like and what life looks like after cancer. This is where you get your hair back. You get to be able to be a woman again.
Hannah Howarth turned to Cancer Care Point 7 years ago after she was diagnosed with breast cancer 5 days after her child's first birthday.
People constantly say, oh, you're so strong, you're a warrior. Well, I wasn't given another choice. The options were lay down and die or fight.
She connected with the nonprofit after receiving a referral at her hospital.
The physical part of cancer is terrible and it's difficult, but there's always medication. There's always a doctor to turn to. The mental part is completely left by the wayside in a lot of institutions, not here.
Since opening the Cancer Care Point Resource Center in 2012, the organization has served more than 12,000 people and provided more than 108,000 hours of service. Sarah Schultz was so touched by the nonprofit, she joined its board 2 years ago and is currently serving as the chair.
The first thing to remember is you're not alone. And the Cancer Care Point organization makes you feel that you're not alone.
And that is because you are not alone, all very much in this together, pointing the same finger at the big C. Philippe Djegal.